I say, why? How's everybody doing out there today? It's Papa G coming back at y'all. First of all, I know you see I got different settings and everything. All right. I done took a little time and changed my setup and everything. Also, I guess I went through a bit of doubt to explain my absence on stop making my videos all of a sudden. My passion and everything is there, and I understand my purpose for why I'm doing this, why I'm having this community conversation, why I'm trying to point out the evils of child support, why I'm trying to tell the truth so that we can come together and realize that this is the civil rights fight of our time, that this is the great injustice that's happening, that our government is hiding behind to keep us divided and also to make us amoral as a society. Now, I started to lose my oomph a little bit, as you say, because I was running into different variations of us who, the worst thing in the world is when you're trying to do something for someone, have them to be at your throat. Okay, so that's how I kind of felt a little bit in some cases, and in other cases people were very supportive. If it wasn't for the people who were hey Gil, where's your video? You know, I haven't seen one from you. Hey man, listen, I was enjoying what you were saying, what you had to say. Please go back and make one. Hey, make one before the end of this week, you know. And I look at it, in this little time absence, I didn't even put on 14 pounds that I have to now make sure that I get off. So this is something that is passionate to me. I didn't need any motivation. I didn't need like, I'm not doing this for likes. I'm not doing this to get popular or nothing like that, because like I'm a 90% service connected veteran. All right. And the lifestyle I live, I have money. Okay. So I'm not doing this because I want an economic gain. I'm doing this because I actually want to be in the history books for my contribution to mankind, for my contribution to making this world a better place than how I found it. And I see the great injustice that's happening universally to all fathers. As I have been talking, because you'll notice in my previous broadcast, I say, well, I don't know how it's affecting other communities. Okay, well, I don't just talk to black people. And anybody that talked to me will tell you he's very candid, and he will talk with you as long as you're willing to be honest. Okay, so in talking with other nationalities, they have pointed out to me that, you know, the exact same hell that I'm receiving and others are receiving, that they're receiving as well. So this is a unified front. All right. So I'm asking all fathers within the sound of this, share this. Okay, because this is a civil rights issue of our time. Let me also explain something to you. I want to give a great shout out to the manosphere. I did not know the manosphere existed. Okay, first of all, I want to shout out to Fresh and Fit, because them two brothers right there, all right, they pulled me out of a great darkness. Because you know, I'm used to talking with men that have a woman's mentality. So it's always a wrestle. It's always a struggle. It's not often that I run into a man that's just a man all the time and come from the male's perspective. And men that understand where I'm coming from, they understand what I'm about to say. So when you constantly wrestling with the majority of men who have a mentality of a woman and think that they come up with these things like, you don't like women, you got something against women, you must beat women, all this other kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the women come up with the small dick and all this other kind of thing. They all got this kind of deflective shit that will try to make you fall in line with the tenderness of society and try to make you think something is wrong with you because you just want to be man all the time. So, you know, those brothers, Fresh and Fit, LaBeef Network, Network. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Andrew Tate. These people pulled me up out of the slump that I was in, because shout out to YouTube, because people always talking about the algorithm, and the algorithm not feeding you the right stuff. If they hadn't been feeding me this stuff, because this the kind of material I was putting out, if they hadn't exposed me to this, wow, I probably wouldn't be back on here right now, because you wrestle with too many female men, and there are too many men that are dispossessed of the facts. I was talking with a group of guys the other day, and all I was doing was saying my standard for what type of female I want, okay? Because I'm a single man. Now, when I say I don't want a woman that receives food stamps permanently, you would have swore that I called the sisters a bad name. Now, I've been having ladies all my life. And besides my first wife, no other female I was with was on food stamps. All right? I don't choose to deal with those type of women. I like women that, get a job at the dollar store. All right? And she don't have no cable. If she do, she just got basic cable. She got a little phone, and she make her little groceries, do her little thing, hang on her own. She don't have no whole lot of friends or what have you, but she proud about how she take care of herself. She have children, probably 1 or 2. They grown at this stage, and they probably have gone on and graduated college, and they living a better life than she lived, because she was a good example to them. And so, because these are my standards, these guys jumped all over me. And this is the pitch they come at you with. Check this bullshit out. So you think you too good for a woman that get food stamps. Now wait a minute. I don't want a fat woman either, because I'm in shape and I want my lady to be in shape. Right? That mean I think I'm too good? I don't want a trans woman either. Do that mean I think I'm too good? No, that don't mean I think I'm too good. That means that that's what I want. And like I was telling them, if you want a woman that get food stamps, or if you want a fat woman, or if you want a loud woman, or whatever you want, I'm not knocking you. All right? But brothers are entitled to like what kind of female they want to like. Now, besides that, let's get down to a little bit of this business right here. Okay? So, in this community conversation that I'll be having with you today, is called, ladies, please don't file for child support. All right? We have to try something different. All right? Let me explain something to you. If you and this person decided that y'all were going to have this baby together, okay, then you and this person have to rock with come what may. Okay? If that means that all he ever did was come pick them up and spend time with them, and that's the best he could do, that's what you got to rock with. All right? Because the state is going to make us extinct if we continue to allow the handouts to separate the man and the woman. All right, look, ladies, we have to at least agree that we have to try something different. All right? Excuse me. I know there are a lot of people out there that's bitter, still want to fight. Look, this ain't for you. Okay? But if you a lady out there, you done stood over your dead child, you visiting your child permanently at the state correctional facility or the state, or the federal facility, then, and permanently, and you know that if you would allow that man to play a part in that child's life, that things would have been different. We need your support too. You know what I'm saying? If you're a grandmother and you set the wrong example for your daughters, and so now your daughter's out here doing wrong, and Now you trying to do right by your grandbabies and they won't hear you. Please join forces with us. We will hear you. No one is here to judge. I'm trying to build a coalition. Since I've been absent, I haven't just been dormant now. I've been trying to build a coalition by talking to ministers and talking to different people to try to see if they will allow me to speak with their congregation, to try to start learning how to, to get this petition going, guys, because ultimately what we want to do is we want to remove the courts out of marriage. We want to take marriage away from the judicial system altogether. Listen to me. Marriage is a religious thing, and it's a separation between church and state. Now, the state has figured out a way to sneak its way in and get money off of an emotional distress that belongs to the church. And in a lot of cases, just my personal opinion, to avoid criminal prosecution on a lot of the sexual deviancy that the church has done, they're not stepping up and speaking to the fact that marriage is the church's domain and the courts and the law need to get out of it. Okay? What do I mean by that? What I mean is when a couple gets married, it should no longer be allowed to get married at the courthouse. Okay? Because marriage is an institution that was first introduced to us through the Creator. Okay? So if we continue to share our institution with the world, they're going to keep on trying to take our institution in a direction that they want it to go instead of leaving it on its original destiny. Okay? So if we put it back where it belongs in the church, then the court will have to come up with something else for the people that want to do the homosexual unions and the other things of alike, where, the ABCDEFG, community. All right, LGBTQ. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I hope I said that right. That's why I say ABCDEFG, because I know it's the alphabet. All right. They, them, him, her, no her. They, them, him, like that kind of thing, right? So we understand that the world has a set of instructions that it's going to operate on. We also understand that we don't want our religious beliefs to coincide or have to conflict with the world, so that we have to make that decision. So that's why we want marriage to be moved back into the house of the Lord. All marriage counseling will be done through the house of the Lord. Now, your secular people who choose to go to a courthouse and get their union and all that kind of thing done, if those people decide that when they separate, they want to go through child support and all this other kind of stuff, they should be able to do that because they don't have these same religious beliefs as Christians. But if you identify yourself as a Christian, as a child of Christ, okay, then you understand that marriage is between a man and a woman, as it was originally intended. Okay, you're traditional, and you understand that the father plays his role in the home. All right. Now, there is nothing wrong with the church reclaiming what it's supposed to. And let's get this separation of church and state going. All right. Therefore, you can have your people who, because you have people out here, you have men out here who have no clue what it is to be a father, and they don't give a good GD. You see what I'm saying? All they want to do is be on to the next one. Okay? Only thing we can do with these type of people is move on and understand that we have to get our goal accomplished. We cannot allow the institution of marriage to be destroyed. the identity of the family structure to be annihilated. If we allow this to continue, 20 years from now, the argument will be that the mother is the head of the household and the sole parent. Okay? Fathers need to be invested with their sons upon the separation of a couple that believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Okay? We don't want to deal with the courts with whatever child support system they got going on. All right? I believe that you should settle that between you and your minister. You, your wife, and your minister, the person that married you. Y'all should be able to sit down and responsibly heal the wounds, okay? Air the business, preserve the marriage. In most cases, it can be preserved with the proper guidance. You understand? And what will happen is the families that choose to follow the word, you're going to see teenage pregnancy, not something we're wrestling with. You're going to see teenage violence, not something we're wrestling with. My new approach is we can't save everybody. We can't save everybody. They got men out here that just want to be destructive. Okay? They got women out here that just want to be destructive. Okay? And there is nothing you can do about it. They benefit off this system. Please, let's get this petition going. Join forces with me. Help me within the sound of my voice. If you're a minister and you know what I'm saying is true, join forces with me and help protect the institution of marriage. You know, help protect the family. You know, let's help reinstate the father in the role that he is supposed to be in. I really, before I move on, I just have to really take the time to really just say once again, Andrew Tate, The Beef Network, Fresh and Fit. Shout out to you guys, man, because when you running with, I'm serious, when you running with a bunch of men that don't have a clue about male masculinity, and they listening to this old mess about toxicity and all this other foolishness, it's very draining. So thank you, fellas, for letting me know that I'm not here by myself. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with me having my nice crib, you know, having my cho-chos, always dressing nice, not settling for no anything, you know. Y'all everybody in their meet know it's true. Ain't now female here can say, Gil try to sleep with me. That is. And you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm just cooling and I'm looking, being cautious, trying to meet that right one. Okay? And to listen at them guys and understand that there is nothing wrong with looking for a lady who knows her place because you a fella who know your place. You understand? Man, that's just so refreshing. But listen, the state understands that you meet a man at 22, 23 years old. You and this man have 2 children. Okay. Y'all separate when the children are, like, let's say 7, 8 years old. All right. And they understand that all they have to pay now, all they have to do, not pay, but all they have to do now is make sure that they interfere well enough, okay, for the next 10 years, and they'll have both of your children in a correctional facility. They know it. If you don't believe me, after you look at this broadcast, go to your Google and ask Google, what happens to a child who does not have an active, positive male role model in their life? And then see what happens to a child that do have an active, positive male role model in their life. And it's like night and day. Ask Google if a mother and father separate, according to all medical, scientific, educational studies, the child would be better benefited given to which parent? And they all unanimously going to say to the father. They're all going to tell you that a child growing up with their father is the equivalent to a child growing up in a dual parent household. A child growing up with just a mother, they got a laundry list of problems that child is going to have. This is all study. They've been doing this study since like the 60s. You understand? They done messed up enough people and put them in the same repetitive circumstances to know exactly how many of them they gonna net. That's real talk. So they know that they can get your kid at 16, 17, 18 years old and then have them for the next, what they giving them, 50? What they giving them, 60 years? What they giving them? Boy, look here. And all that's free labor. All that's free labor. That's their motivation. So you got to say, you know what? Dang, I can't let you trick me like that. I can't let you do that. Me and this dude here, you're going to make me and this dude here stare at eyes with each other over a few little dollars. And in the long run, you're going to get the life of our child. That is not a fair trade. That is not a fair trade for you to struggle and do bad for 10 years and get up to the kitchen table to make sure that your kid is ready to meet the next grade, that your kid have a value for education, that you make a plan with your child, an honest plan, you stick to the plan, you understand me, and then create generational wealth once the child get grown. But you invest in your seed, you water your seed. You understand? Don't be out here with that bullshit lie talking about something. I'm trying to give them everything I ain't never had. If you are, make sure that they have a better adult life than you have. Okay? Anybody can spoil a child. You know, it's what did you do to prepare this person to be able to face life and feed themselves independently, clothe themselves independently, pay their bills independently. You understand? So we don't want child support no more. All right? If you're over 21 and you live with your mama and you're not in college, then you're at the beginning stage of what's called a loser. Okay, you 21, you healthy, nothing wrong with you. Get a job. If you don't have a job, and get yourself an apartment. Start life. Sitting at your mama house, running her electricity, running her water, running her gas, you know what I'm saying, eating up her food, okay? You are a grown person. And these women are so hypocritical because they'll tell a man that they don't want no man that live with his mama, you know, and can't take care of himself, but they'll turn around and do that to their sons. You know what I'm saying? And their sons be up to 30 years old, still living at home. Now you know, don't no woman want that man, but you'll try to ignore it because it's your son. Don't nobody want him. And let me tell you something. If you're in your young 20s and it's your circumstances, if you're a dude, man, don't be out there having no sex. The worst thing in the world is a person who can't feed theyself, can't clothe theyself, and go out here and make a child that they know gotta eat and gotta have clothes. If you can't do that for yourself, right? Why would you make a life that you know you're not gonna be able to do that for? Why would you do that? You know? And so I just want us to be conscious of that. If you're a girl, you living with your mama, you know, your mama getting stamps, all right? You don't have no job. Why would you get pregnant? You can't feed and clothe yourself. You depending on somebody else to do that right now. So what you gonna be when that baby come? You're gonna keep on just being dependent. And you had a choice. You could have said, I don't have no money, so I'm not having no sex. I got money, and I'm not out here having sex because I'm waiting on the right lady. I'm done with all the ripping and running and all that foolishness. Listen, we got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, last but not least, we're going to have to start being socially responsible and making agreements. All right? This is going to be a part of the petition where we're going to have agreements between the man and the woman that's notarized, legalized, signed, that in the event that we make a baby and it's a male child, the baby goes with the father. If it's a female child, you know, then depending on the circumstances, the baby can go with the mother. Because there are a lot of ladies out here, I'm not going to say that, I'm just going to say there are a lot of females out here who don't have a clue how to be a mate, how to be a mother, or how to be a wife. And they're not interested in teaching it to their children. All right? You'll have a woman, she'll have 2 daughters, a daughter, and that child, you know, that woman have 5, 6, 7 men before that girl get grown or them children get grown. And in that time, while she having children, she'll have children by like 2 or 3 different men. And those children are watching as men just come into their life, make a baby, stay a little while, and leave. So these boys, if she have them, have no clue on how a father sacrificed for his family. And these girls, what they accept is, once they really learn what sex is, wow, I know about 10 men that mama brought to the house. So mama at least went through 10 that I know about. That makes the promiscuity acceptable to her. And so if you're not thinking along those lines that my actions are going to be what my children are going to do, then come on. You shouldn't be having no children. We got special needs people. Y'all, come on, what the hell going on? These special needs people walking around here pregnant. Okay? This can't be. If you got a person that cannot mentally take care of themselves, how in the hell are they going to take care of a baby? You know? And that's a conversation for another day. But y'all know that that's wrong. Now, is it wrong to fix those people so that they can't reproduce? We got some issues. But look, until the next broadcast, it's Papa G saying, I'm back, y'all. Peace.